jalapeno peppers from Mexico that was causing that. In the meantime, 40-some thousand people were affected by it. So FDA went to Congress and they said, we need to understand from where the foods are coming. Need to say where this food is from, because 75% of the seafood, folks, is imported in the United States of America. 50% of all the fruit that you see is imported in the United States of America. But it doesn't have to tell you which country it comes from. And that they were supposed to repair all of that, but they made it as a pilot program. Now, here's a kicker. For instance, if you're having a pizza, there may be 30 ingredients in there, and there may be 10 different countries that are involved in shipping those ingredients. So if you get sick because of pizza, how do you find out which particular country was it from? How do you identify it?
Well, it gives new meaning to the term buy local. Contemporarily, see, you want to know where your food's coming from, and in most cases, we don't actually know.
We don't know. And according to the FDA, folks, they don't know it. The whole bill, to find out where everything is coming from, to tag it, the Congress just said, no, we can't allow that because that'll just bring everything to standstill, And so Congress, in its own wisdom, said, let's just make an experiment to see if we can tell folks where this particular whole food is coming from. Because, corn can be used in 90 million different products.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's interesting what we are coming up with. And this is what Rick Perry will tell you. Yeah, it should be the federal government that should do it.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're looking at the FDA to figure out what's going on with our food safety.
So, yes, federal government has certain functions.
And I found a pretty interesting piece in Wired magazine about the culture of critique. Now, what is this about? Now, most of us, when we go online and we're ready to make a purchase about something, or we're even looking up a recipe, or we want to buy something online, we look to see the reviews first. We might go to Yelp to see what strangers are saying about a restaurant, or a hairdresser, or a place to get your car fixed. You might read reviews of articles, of books, of movies, and sometimes they're professional reviewers, sometimes they're just random people who
sometimes they're blogs written about particular product. Yeah.
And so the idea is that we love reading about these opinions because they help us to make some choices ourselves.
Decisions.
Right. Going back to the idea of decision making. But this article is kind of questioning our dependence on all of those opinions and saying that there may come a point where we may not know our individual preferences, likes and dislikes, because all we're doing is reading what other people think. We never even get the opportunity to make a judgment on our own to begin with.
You don't have to go to any site. They can make their own decision.
But we don't, is the thing. I mean, as I was reading this, I was like, oh, I'm guilty of this and I'm guilty of that. And yes, I definitely find advantages in seeing what other people have to say. But there's something to be said for trying something for the first time, not knowing or expecting anything, just going in and saying, well, whatever happens, happens, and I'm just going to make up my own mind about how I feel about this thing or that thing. And I think we're less likely to do so in a culture where we're constantly looking at the critiques, the opinions, reading the reviews, and not taking that space to make a choice on our own.
So many of those reviews are biased. There are so many of them where the vendor actually pays to Yelp or to some of the other bloggers to say good, nice things about the company. So you still have to go through your friends and ask them, hey, if you've used this particular product, is it any good? Is this restaurant good? And so on and so forth.
Well, one famous Indian face you're probably seeing on TV a lot these days is Freida Pinto. Remember her from Slumdog Millionaire, and she got a lot of publicity for that film. She's only 26 years old, doing very well for herself. And, of course, The Rise of the Planet of the Apes has recently released, and so she's in that film and is promoting that. So we're seeing her a lot in the American media. And there's this piece in CNN International that is called The Curious Case of Freida Pinto. And why do Indians begrudge her celebrity status in the United States?
That is so true.
Isn't it? Because when you ask Indians about Freida, they're kind of like, you know, she's all right. Or
yeah.
We don't think much of her. She's not so beautiful. She's not so amazing.
Bollywood doesn't want to hire her.
So there's something going on here, right? I mean, I think in part there's this feeling that if you haven't made it in the Hindi or the Indian film industry, then you haven't kind of proven yourself to the Indian public, and so there's no sort of attachment or investment in Freida Pinto as an Indian actress.
I don't think it is that. I don't think it is that.
What is it?
She doesn't know how to act. That's very simple.
Well, you know, I don't know that Aishwarya Rai was so phenomenal in the Pink Panther, but a lot of the people are still interested in Aishwarya Rai. She's an Indian actress that Indians are behind.
Aishwarya Rai is not good in any Hollywood movie. She's great in every Bollywood
Indian movies,
movie.
Yeah.
So there are some people who can, you know, connect. Some people, they cannot connect. She, to me, does not connect with Hollywood.
With Bollywood.
And Bollywood too.
Well, okay, so maybe you're not a fan of hers either way.
I am not.
It seems that a lot of people in the U.S. and in this media particularly really do love her, and always they're talking about her exotic beauty. I don't hold anything against Freida Pinto. I hope she does really well, but it is interesting to think
so do
about
I. I mean, that's not the point.
The different opinions, like very different perspectives of the same person, this young, beautiful actress, seen in completely different lights.
I like Amitabh Bachchan says, no, I'm good in Bollywood. I don't want to come to Hollywood. And he really is. I mean, he's a towering figure
He's
in
making
Bollywood.
a smart choice, right? I mean, he knows where he's good, where he's liked, where he's effective, and so that's where he's going to stick.
So is Salman Khan, by the way. Salman Khan, I don't know. I don't think he's an actor. He has the same expression every movie. I have never seen anything different. But he's a big deal in India.
Yes,
he sells a lot.
People love him. He's like a people's guy because he's really nice to folks on the street.
I mean, he's a nice guy. I met him. He's a fantastic guy. But he doesn't know how to act.
Well, I hope this long weekend you get out and see a good movie and have fun with your friends and your family. Namaste.
Namaste.